It's time to take our measurements on this chair. You're going to want to start by noting out all sections of the chair on a piece of paper. The first section we're going to measure is the seat. We're going to start by taking the depth and then the width of the seat. We add 4 extra inches to the sections that the drawers would be on the seats. This helps ensure that there is a seam hidden within the furniture and it's not visible when we're done doing the upholstery. After noting the seat's dimensions, we're going to move on to the inside back. Find the widest points of the inside back and take your height and your width at those sections. Again, on the inside back's height dimension, you're going to add 4 extra inches to ensure that your draw seam is hidden within the furniture when you're done upholstering it. After noting the inside back, you're going to move on to your inside arms dimension. At the largest point on your inside arm, you're going to measure the height of the inside arm, adding 4 extra inches to the draw section of that inside arm. You're then going to measure the depth of the inside arm. I like to measure this on the outside of the arm, so that way I know I have enough fabric to wrap around and staple onto the outside back section of the chair. After knowing your inside arm dimensions, we'll do the outside back next. We're going to measure the height and the width of the outside back. I like to add 2 extra inches to each side of these dimensions. That way I have enough fabric to shift and work with when I'm attaching the outside back. After noting the outside back, we're going to move on to our outside arms dimension. Find the deepest and the highest points on the outside arm and take your measurements at those locations. On this chair, the highest point and the deepest point of the outside arm is going to be at the back and the top of the outside arm of the chair. So I'll measure my height and my depth at that location. After measuring the outside arms, we're going to move on to our border. We're going to measure the height of the border and then the width of the border. When you measure the width of the border, add a couple extra inches to each end so that the raw edges of the fabric, once it's attached, are hidden beneath the panels of the inside arm. After measuring the border's dimensions, we're going to move on to our welt's length. This chair is going to have welts along the border, the base of the chair, the inside arms, and the inside back. After knowing the length of the welt, we're going to go ahead and start making patterns for our panels on the inside arm and the inside back. Since the fabric on this chair was pretty torn up, I'm not going to be able to take apart the inside arm to get a pattern. I'm going to have to make my own pattern. I do this by using stay tacks to attach some cambric to the front of the chair and then using chalk to sketch around the edge of the welt cord that's in place, and this will serve as my pattern for my panel. I will repeat this step with the panels that are on the inside back of the chair, and then I want you to note that the inside back actually has a very specific pattern to the shape of the inside back, which I will actually be using the old pattern for since that fabric was still in shape. You will get to see that in the next video where I start doing the actual cutting and sewing for this chair.